The following podcast contains mature language and adult discussion.
Wrestlingus show. Yeah, we back, boy. Wrestlingus show. Fuck those we ignore. Wrestlingus show. Too hard for the meat. Wrestlingus show. On the air every week.
Oh, the Wrestlingus show. Back at it again. I'm Cav. That's Faust. We were talking on the Godfather Plus tier, which you could get to by going patreon.com/Lingus Mafia. Multiple tiers there. And to be entered to win in the wheel that will be spun today, if you were just on any of the wrestling tiers, your name will be entered, and we are spinning a wheel today as we do each week leading up to Christmas. So 2 more wheels to be spun, and then come January, we're doing big boy giveaways, and that is going to be on the higher tiers, Boss Plus and higher. Boss Plus or Godfather Plus. Those are the 2 you'd have to be on for the big boy things. So we were fucking going over this. We have a guy, his name is Andrew Gary. Something like that. It's
something like that.
Andrew
Gary. I'm not sure.
Gary.
He's over the pond, so you probably have to say it with an accent, too.
Is that with an accent? Hello, Gary. So, cheers. So, we see, and he goes, take him off the wheel. He fucking bounced out of Patreon. And I go, this motherfucker, I know for a fact, we have seen him many times, and it is a back and forth, and we looked, and he is back and forth, fucking. So we're trying to figure out a name, and Faust came up with Andy Flip Flop. That's what, and so then we started with he's a flippity flopper, and so we start to now call him Ricochet. So he's now either Andy Ricochet or Andy Flip Flop. From now on, he'll be known as Mr. Curry. So if you want to be in on these reindeer games, how dare you leave and come back? Faust, I might pull a Billy one of these days.
And block him?
And you're not allowed to come here. You want to give me money? No, I don't fucking want you, and you don't get to join in. None of this you get to choose. That's the funniest thing in the world. People choose on Billy's to not stay on this gambling site. They go, I don't want to be here anymore. It's a lot of money. And they leave, and he goes, fuck you. If you leave, you're not allowed to come. They're like, fuck, held hostage. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for giving you my money. I'm sorry. So we will be spinning the wheel in the house in my car. So we will be spinning the wheel. I hope everybody enjoyed that AEW show that we did this last week, because it was fucking insane. And that is half of it's on that Freebird feed. If you're on Patreon, you got it on time on Thursday, where the other people got it on Saturday. So we probably waited until Monday to hear it because people were not working or whatever, right? So we're going to go over WWE. And I texted Faust during Raw, and I said, well, Raw is back to the slogan, Raw is bore. It's painful at this fucking point.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to get to it and give you all the info that you need when it comes to this. And God help us that Vince is coming back.
Oh, no. One other thing people missed out on if they're not on Patreon, we had 2 exclusive shows drop this weekend.
Yes, and what's funny is they were supposed to be wrestling exclusive shows, Faust. One was to review NXT, and it was you and Hershey, the Wonder Fan. And the other one was supposed to review ROH with me, and that was Absolute Suit Williams. And I said, it's perfect because he's gay too. It's perfect. And like I told him, you are the absolute drizzling shit soup. And you should hear the beginning of the show because I yell at him for being on CPT, Faust. And here's the funny thing. He's never heard of that before. And really? So that goes into, by the way, if you haven't, that's called colored people time. They're always late. I
did hear the part where he never heard the other joke about the jumping on the bed.
The show turns into, let me tell you, black jokes.
That's like one of the first ones I remember hearing.
Of course. That's why I said. And he was stood there with his weird face. And I go, you haven't heard this fucking joke either. The joke is that black people don't know racist jokes because who would tell it to them? You got to have a friend who would be comfortable with telling. And listen, Faust, I'm a friend to every race, creed, and sexual preference. I'm a friend to them all, Faust. In fact, I enjoy a difference. I prefer, and I've said about the gays, Faust, they're better than normal people. I'll tell you right.
You know it.
And that could be a new T-shirt, Faust. The gays are better than you, and you know it. Because they're better human beings than normal people, I like to say, Faust, which is an insult at the same time as a compliment.
Right.
You're better than normal people. I don't know how to take that. So you're saying I'm not normal? No, of course that's not. It's the minority. It's not normal. So yes, we went into a whole in-depth thing. We reviewed. We did go through all the matches on my side, at least. I haven't listened to yours yet. But I went through.
She kind of talked about.
Did you say there was a wrestling show, Faust?
I mean, it's a nice little match, but
there you go. That's what it turns into. It was a nice little match.
No, we talked a little bit about the concept of the Iron Survivor match.
Well, did you see?
It was a lot of I was just picking her brain about the roster. Like, all right, what's the vibe in Orlando about this guy? And interesting about Braun Breaker, about what the crowd really thinks of him. And
yeah, I'm not. That's not for me.
And then she's telling me how certain wrestlers during commercial breaks, like someone's about to come out, they have producers yelling at the crowd, like, "Hey, start cheering."
Oh, really?
Yeah, like their coach.
That whole thing where you see them in the beginning of WCW telling the crowd, like, this, you know. Yeah. So we went. Did you see I did a tally of, let's see how many AEW match. I mean, how many ROH matches?
Yeah.
And then exclusive ROH match or an ROH match with an AEW.
One exclusive ROH.
One. Boys, that was the one match, Faust.
So will you be paying $9.99 a month to sign up for what's it called? Honor Club, so you can watch their weekly television show?
So they're the same price as what WWE Network was?
Yes.
It should be $3, Faust.
It should be.
No.
$5.
This is, yes, I go $5, something. That's bad.
With ads.
Let's get to with ads. What would they even show?
AEW commercials.
There you go. That's what it would be. The Jaguars season tickets are available.
And whatever that
Arsenal, whatever the fuck they are over there, too. Oh, Faust, SmackDown starts off, and we don't have McIntyre, because I believe what they are saying is he and Roman both have the ruptured eardrum. That's what the problem was. And didn't I say to you after that pay-per-view, it looked like Roman fucking busted his ear? Because he was like doing that. Yeah, and I was like, that don't look right. So now this whole match that was supposed to be McIntyre and Sheamus, which is a formidable team.
Yeah.
You know, now let's get the little Butch. Let's get Butch. Fuck. So we get Sheamus and Butch against the Usos. Clean win, Faust.
Nice little match.
Exactly. I don't even have a note for the match because I go, why? We know.
I think the only
note
I wrote, there was a nice little spot. I feel like I'm just completely ripping off Suit's gimmick. Nice little match, but there was a nice little spot. Sheamus does like a razor's edge.
Yeah, off the ropes.
Well, he does the razor's edge, and then Butch comes over and does like a neck breaker.
Oh,
like it's a combo move. But Usos win with the 1D. Sheamus is trying to get into the ring to break up the count, but Sammy's holding him back, so he can't break it up. So we have 509 days and counting.
There we go.
The Usos reign.
They're going to try to catch my close the rings goal on my watch, Faust. They're never going to catch it. I have a movement goal. Thank you. I've made a movement.
Just made a movement before the show. That's why I would have been on here about 10 minutes earlier.
Angle in the back with Braun. And they're out of mothballs. I thought this guy was released. Old Gabe Steveson.
Raw roster.
Yes.
Drafted by Raw many moons ago.
And Angle, hi, I would like to introduce you to Olympic medalist. And he's gold medalist too, right? So it's the second ever gold. Yeah, remember the only gold medalist, now no longer.
And Braun's like, I hear you're working out of the PC. We could use you here on SmackDown. I'm like, yeah, but he's on Raw.
And didn't he say too? But he said, if you want it, you can get these hands. If you cut, like threatening the guy, and he's like, okay, and they fucking hug each. What is this bullshit?
Yeah.
Faust, it is now time for L.A. Knight. Well, I enjoy an LA Knight. This is my guy, Faust. I told you this. I enjoy him. Let me talk to you. He says it was Bray who attacked him. And look at the video. You see him in the mask in the back.
How do I know
you see him here.
Yeah. How do I know this? Let's take a look.
And he's like, oh, I hate to see it. It bring back flashback. And then we cut in a mask guy talking here, right, Faust? We get it in. It's the same as it always is, you know. Hey, man.
Word.
Hey, man. You know, if you remember your mortality, you'll end up on the other side of the sunny side of the street, man. Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? Faust, I could do a whole Brave promo. Faust, you know what? One day I'm gonna get a transcript. This is how this is gonna go. I'm gonna get a transcript of a Brave promo, and I'm gonna do it as Suki.
Oh fuck!
That is a promise to everybody, Faust. That is a promise. Knight says he's gonna go to the back. Well, if he don't come out, well, I'm gonna go get him. I'm gonna go whoop his ass. So
he's like,
leaves.
look, there's more proof it's him. I'm gonna go to the back and find him.
I'm gonna get this fucker. I'm gonna.
Hey,
get
we got
you,
John
sucker.
Cena coming back, December 30th.
Yeah. Cena gonna show up to go hi.
I know.
Okay,
I'm like,
thanks. He got a new cool shirt though. I like the shirt though, right, Faust?
Is he gonna have a match at Mania, or we just he's coming to say hi?
Does he have what's it called? Insurance? Remember that was the whole Rock deal. Oh, you're not insured for this and that. Well, here we go.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they blew that guy, Faust, they'd still be able to do a move unless they were having to do the running scenes, obviously, and diving. You could still sit there and walk around and talk. You know.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, we see Shitzy screaming in the parking lot now. There's going to be an interview in a parking lot.
Another digital exclusive that they're showing on TV.
Faust, I'm going to have a Patreon exclusive on the Freebirds Network. Thank you.
Yeah, because Legato's actually being interviewed in the parking lot, but then they're interrupted.
They just shit on them.
We hear Shotzi yelling, and Rhonda and Shayna just walk out, and they're like, what?
Walking away as Shitzy's holding her hand out and screaming in pain here. Interview in the back with Shayna and Rhonda. Liv and Knox show up there. Now I've lost her name myself. Just Knox.
Tegan Knox.
Thank you. Tegan.
Yeah, because Rhonda and Shayna are saying, there's no proof we did it. And then I think Rhonda says, tell the China shop the bulls are coming.
Yeah, ooh, snap.
And then I think Tegan or Liv says, well, if you mess with the bull, you get the horns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then they say, well, you haven't beaten us. This Liv and the other. Okay, you haven't beaten us yet, so, you know, we see Phantasm now. Phantasm tag teaming against the Vikings, which was interesting to me because I go, this is interesting because they're pushing both. How is this going to go?
So Zelina is on commentary.
Yeah.
Barrett says Zelina is cosplaying Aaliyah, not the wrestler, because she's still hurt. Just so there's no confusion. And so it's funny because Cole asks Zelina, so what's your guys' strategy for this match? And she's like, well, why would I give that away? And Cole's
finally, like, something realistic.
It's not like the wrestlers can hear you if you tell us.
Okay, so
I don't know who I'm supposed to root for. These are two bad guy teams.
Yeah, two bad guy teams. So B-Fab shows up from the front there. And, you know, sits down to watch her narrow ass. She sits down.
Yeah.
And then Hit Row shows up from behind and just starts beating the fuck out of both teams. So I'm like, okay, so three-way on the way coming up.
The crowd goes mild.
Who hotter, Faust and Top Dollar?
By the way, I think Barrett was flirting with Zelina a little bit too.
Barrett's a bit of a he's busy. Well, I mean, he talk about Mandy Rose all the time too. He's busy.
Yeah.
I might not have as much money as that former XFL player, whatever the fuck he is.
And he was with Alicia Fox.
Yeah, he was. He was with Alicia, and he shit canned her, and she was all fucking distraught from it too. And she's a fucking psychopath anyway. Okay, let's see. L.A. looks for Bray, finds him, and the lights go out.
He finds a T-shirt. Yeah.
Go ahead.
It turns the lights go out, then he uses the flashlight on his phone. And we see the mask. And then we go to commercial.
See, this is where I got messed up, Faust, because I must have had my head down with something else. Because all I said is he found them. I didn't even realize they found a shirt. I don't see this.
Yeah,
part.
he walks in and sees the
Jesus.
shirt. So he goes, a shirt. And then the light, I mean, he doesn't say it, but he looks at the shirt because it's a Bray shirt. Then the lights go out.
And Captain Howdy's face.
Like, God damn it. He gets his phone. Yeah, and then we see the mask.
Now, this I appreciated, and I popped Faust. Angle's in the back with the people celebrating the birthday. And he gets a card.
Number one dad.
And it's Jason Jordan in the back. Fucking talk about out of mothball. That is the greatest thing. That is the greatest thing.
Well, he's there all the time. He's a producer.
Yeah.
So
all the new people must be like, what the fuck? See, that was one of the things that Billy got completely wrong, and I don't know if it was ignored or not. Remember he said it's not a serious injury and it won't be out that much time?
Oh, Jordan.
Yes, and he hasn't been back since.
Oh, no, I think he's done.
Yes. It was a neck thing, right? So
yeah. You have anything to say about some of the other people that were there? I saw Madcap and Emma in the background.
Oh, I see them sitting there. Stop. I'm not dating. We're friends back here. Yeah, okay. Contract signing for Gunther and Flippy Flop Ricochet. Rick James and Kofi show up, Faust.
That hair, man.
With a smooth mustache, Faust. That fucking Lionel Richie run wild. He looked like Gordon from the Bears when he came out in the draft. We put the hat on with the poof out hair on. And they said, with the next pick, the Chicago Bears picked the smoothest motherfucker in the room. With that mop of hair. Dude. He looks like a different person when you see that thing. Okay. They say we watched Ricochet's back, and now we get a 6-man.
Yeah, because it's let's see. So New Day comes out. They said, "Listen, we're gonna watch your back because Gunther's over there with his resting Gunther face."
That's pretty good. I enjoy that.
And we know, a fight. He's gonna get mad. A fight's gonna break out. And Pierce goes, "Do you really think that's gonna happen?" And was just like, "Have you ever watched wrestling?"
That's pretty good. That was pretty good. Break down that fourth wall, and then Pierce, yeah, I guess so.
And then Gunther says, He basically says, "We'll beat the shit out of you.
I'm gonna beat you again."
Yeah, Ricochet. He's a professional wrestler, and we are. Or no, because he's a professional wrestler, and Ricochet is just a performer.
Yeah, we're not performers.
Yes, we're not performers. Probably want to say sports entertainment, but another.
I was waiting for it. I was totally waiting for them to say that.
Which leads to New Day.
Here we go,
implying that Imperium can't perform. Hey, they got pills for that.
Are you saying you can't perform? And they get all angry. Go, this German fucking kielbasa. What are you talking about? They all fight after the signing, and now it's a 6-man fucking match. Really, whatever. SmackDown
match.
was the show too fast. I don't know what's going on. It's just, it's there. It's not horrible. Yeah. It's there. So I'm like, whatever.
Kaiser takes the pin because he always gets pinned.
Oh, he's the guy. He's the guy. Yeah. He's the one they shit on. So they're like, we've already ruined them. We don't want to ruin Da Vinci, so why not? Have you keep losing. Bloodline in the back, and Jay tells Sammy, next week the Tribal Chief's coming here. Something's, it's like he's being made. That's what it looks like. But I'm like,
yeah, that's kind of how they made it.
But he has been.
Right. So it's in Chicago.
I'm like, what?
Maybe you cut your hair, maybe take your beard down to a number 2.
I'm like, I'm wondering, does he show up fucking
all pripped and proper?
Properly, made here.
They put a little red streak in his hair.
Oh man,
he's already got the ginger hair, but
leave a little bit of that long hair. A look at Knox and how she blew that guy twice, Faust. That was I couldn't remember that, man, when she blew her knee out and then came back. And does it again. How soon was it? It was pretty soon.
Oh, it was pretty quick. I want to say I can't remember, was it the first time or the second time? It was in the Mae Young. And I'm pretty sure she was wrestling Rhea when she did it. And Rhea kind of just looked at her like, oh, fuck. Like she knew.
Yeah. Was Rhea with the fucking now Rhea or Flair Rhea?
I think it was in between Rhea.
Blonde, shorter hair.
Yes. She was girly, but not what she is now.
She was in the middle of transition.
She She wasn't mommy yet.
We'll get there, Faust. God. Fucking Dominic screaming mommy the whole fucking time.
Can't wait till we get there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry, Freebirds, you're gonna have to wait.
Yeah, during this Knox promo, she's talking. I don't know. I guess my wife is confused by her accent. She goes, "What is she?" I said, "Gay."
Oh, is she? I didn't even know. Yeah. She's a gay girl? I didn't know. That's a good answer though. Back again, what is she? Gay. Yeah, she's if she was a female dinosaur, Faust.
Lick a lot of puss.
See, dinosaurs never heard those jokes either. I had it tough. Lacey Evans.
I remember that one that fast.
There you go. Lacey Evans in training. Here we go. And I laugh because now, since you pointed it out, I have to stare and go, yeah, all the makeup on while you're training him. Uh-huh. Ray in the training room, and Cross comes in. And they go, I'm going to go get security. The doctor runs out. And security, and he's... And Cross, don't worry. I'm just telling you about a story of a good old horse that then was killed because they were unproductive. And the security comes
overworked, and Scarlett's just sitting there like,
yeah, let me show you my smelly veneers and my hard tits. And so the security comes, which I liked about this, that there wasn't the typical, okay, now he beats the shit out of Ray on the table. The security's a joke. Security came by and said, is there a fucking problem? And he's like, no. And then fucking left. I said, okay, properly how it would be. You'd go.
It's more of the threat. Yeah.
Yes. And so, and Ray was all nervous about it. And, okay, so now we get Liv and Knox versus Rhonda and Shayna.
The Raccoon Sisters.
The fucking, it looked like they were doing a Batman dance, but they had ink on their fingers. Fast, they went like this. Oh, if we only had Dijon back, folks.
Maybe, what's her name? Valhalla snuck up from behind, put her fingers over her eyes.
Valhalla goes from eyes up. They just do eyes. We need a couple on the bottom side. Raquel comes out of here during this, and the officials stop her from going to the ring. And Rhonda gets off the apron yelling, hey, get out of here, get out of here. And then Shayna gets pinned because of this distraction. And I'm like, fuck with this, my elbow's broken. And why are you even bothering with, she's being stopped.
Yeah.
She can't do anything. She's broken.
Yeah, and then once Liv and Tegan won, she was like, oh, hey. Now she's all happy, waving and laughing.
Yeah, because she likes to, as a good guy, she shows her pearlies and, and her back.
Yes.
Thank you.
And Rhonda had a blue tongue to mock Liv.
Yes, there was the good mocking job where she did there. She did the laying there.
She rolled over.
Yeah. I was like, something different though when she does it compared to Liv Faust. I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah. She blew a Smurf.
Thank you. One win and one time ever teaming up. And now Knox and Liv get a tag team title shot next week.
Well, there's all those other tag teams.
Yeah, they're all standing in line, right?
All those glorious ones.
Yeah, exactly. So, Angle birthday in the ring, Faust. The Shoosh Squad comes out here and says they're going to eat that fucking cake. What do you say?
Do you realize that shirt Angle is wearing is so old that on the back it has a WWF.com logo on it. In fact, when they showed this clip on Instagram, they blurred it out.
Wow. No shit. That's fucking wild. What the fuck shirt was it? I don't even know. It was just
like one of his, from probably 01 or something. It was just like what do you call those shirts? It's just like a.
What was on? What's on the front?
It's just his shirt. Just a Kurt Angle. can't remember what it says on it.
But that's what I'm saying. Well, what's is there a logo on the front? What you don't even know what this is.
That's how much it stuck out.
God forbid somebody robs the bank. They ask you to describe.
I mean, at least Gable had like the new shirt, Kurt Angle. I think it said Pittsburgh on it or something.
All that shit, yeah.
Right.
So he said, we're going to eat that cake. I'm going to fucking leave afterwards. And Angle, he said, you better get out of this fucking ring. So Angle looks like he puss out. I don't need any trouble. He leaves. And he walks out and he goes, oh, you're going to need some milk. And I was very down when this first started with the milk truck because I said, this is the fucking, they're unscrewing milk and throwing the bottles.
Oh, I know.
And I'm like, and Otis is doing God bless him. He's doing his best he
trying.
can. He's shaking when he's getting hit with the thing, and then he do it a flat back, Faust. He got nailed one. He fucking buys, and they're getting killed with the milk, and then they break out a hose because I'm like, what? Where'd this come from? And I'm thinking because Angle couldn't angle it. Thank you.
Yes, he was having trouble.
He was having trouble, so I'm thinking, is this hose shooting out from the backstage? Is it not? I don't think it is from the truck.
Yeah.
Because where the fuck was it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm like, they got to have a pressure thing and all. And that was a little just a fucking bodunk bullshit truck. That wasn't like that other one.
Yeah, that's some old-timey fucking 1950s truck.
Yeah. It was like fucking Aramark was driving around. So, they do this, and fucking Otis does a goddamn flip from the milk hitting him. He does a fucking Beal from the milk hit. I said, wow. He goes, I earned my money. I'm glad to have a job.
You got to mix it up. Not everybody can swim in it.
Yeah. I mean, this is what goes on for us.
Yeah, and Cole's making the terrible jokes. This is utterly hilarious.
There you go.
Putting it over is great. This is what do they call it? Milk down.
Well, what I'm waiting for them is to get sprayed on the other side.
Well, yeah, Barrett was yelling.
Yeah, like, hey.
He was getting shrapnel because he was like, hey, man.
It was like he was in an orgy, Faust. He was getting sputtered on. We'll go back to the bridge and tunnel.
Joke for two.
All right, we're done with our Freebird side, ladies and gentlemen. And you know how we're going to end this, Faust? We're going to the fucking wheel to be spun. So let me go to the wheel, baby. Here is the wheel. Show everybody who is, there we go, Faust, get there. Come on. Okay, so Valden Wright is like, it's on him right now, right? So I'll spin it. So it's not. So then it's, more fair. You know what, though? The week before when I did that just to get it out of its way, because you go, it's never going to end up, it fucking ended up on that person again. Right at the I go, wow.
Oh, wow.
So it's like roulette. It doesn't fucking know. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now I am going to spin the wheel, and we're going to go over to the Patreon side during this. The winner of this, Faust, is this the Ted DiBiase card?
Is that all that's left?
No, we have Demolition after.
Oh, and Demolition.
Demolition's next week. This is what you're playing for right there. And and you know what? It's painful for me to give away, Faust, because this is my own personal collection. I really like this card. That is a nice looking card. That is Hogan slamming Andre, WrestleMania 4 with DiBiase hitting him in the back with a chair. And it is signed by Ted DiBiase. I had this signed in person. Let's see what the back says, Faust. When Hogan prepared to body slam the eighth wonder of the world, the $1 Million Man interfered and whacked the Hulkster across the back with a ringside chair. What year is this? Does it even say? 1990.
Classic.
It says on the back.
Classic 1990.
Classics with the WWF logo and everything. So,
very nice.
All right, let's see who's going to win this one, Faust. For those who are on the Freebird site, sorry about your luck. You should sign up. It's only $5. See you next week. Or actually, see you later this week for AEW. This is Cav Manning from the Lingus Mafia podcast and host of the Wrestlingus Show. Why would you listen to the same old run-of-the-mill wrestling review show? Instead, listen to the Wrestlingus Show. We bust balls and say what you're thinking. Black shows up and spooges in Julia's face. I don't know why she's freaked out. You know this is old hat.
And that was a light one compared to what she's probably used.
Yeah. We dove deep into Aaliyah's debut. She pukes all over her tits.
Like she spit up a bowl of soup or something. Tomato soup.
What should Dewdrop's flying crossbody be called? Beware of the hog splash. Go to patreon.com/LingusMafia and sign up for as little as $5. To find out where to listen to some of these shows for free, go to Twitter @LingusMafia. I should be like you. Really?
Really?
Oh, fucking Hogan owns DHL now, too. I didn't know about that. Yeah, so he goes, what do you say? What you done said to me. And so now I don't know where this is going to go. I mean, you can't do, okay, I'm going SmackDown. Do you?
I know. Yeah, I can't. No.
I could see him against Gunther would be good. two monsters to beat the shit out of everyone.
So that's what they're leaving us on. So at least it's like they leave
something.
you with, huh?
Yeah, let's
now
see what the fuck happens. Yeah, that's it. So there it is. There's your WWE rundown, breakdown, shake it down, and we'll give you what you want, baby. Planes, the second plane has hit the ring.
It's hit the ring.
Okay. Well, hope everybody enjoyed the show. If you want to sign up, you know where to go to, and that is patreon.com/Lingus Mafia. You'll get those shows, bonus shows. We have multiple fucking shows for that whole $5 that you can get in on. And one more week of the $5 tier to get the drawing.
Here comes the axe.
For this.
Here comes the smasher.
Yes. This will be
demolition.
next. This will be next. Axe
Walking
and smash.
disaster.
So that'll come. And then we're going to go to the big boys like Rock and Austin and Turnbuckle signed and Bret Hart panties signed. That's all coming next. So join in. I'm Kev. He's Faust. We'll see you next time.